Good day, everyone. Welcome back to this course. On today's module 3, we'll be learning mastering the manual transmission car. Now, in this module content, we'll be learning understanding the clutch, the jazz, and the coordination. We'll be looking at the step-by-step guide, starting, moving up, and stopping. We'll be looking at the step-by-step guide, changing jazz up and down. We'll be looking at mastering hill start and low speed control. You'll also be looking at advanced techniques, the rev matching and engine braking. By way of introduction, the manual transmission automobile represents the traditional pinnacle of driver engagement and vehicle control. While automatic transmissions have become increasingly sophisticated and popular, the manual gearbox remains the standard in many parts of the world and offers unique advantages. However, mastering manual transmissions driving requires the development of specific skills that automatic transmission drivers never encounter. This module provides comprehensive, systematic instruction in manual transmission operations, from the fundamental principles of clutch operations through advanced techniques used by professional drivers. We will progress logically from understanding the mechanical concept through basic starting and stopping procedure to jar changing techniques, challenging hill start, and finally, we'll be looking at advanced skills including rev matching and engine braking. By the end of this module, you will possess the knowledge of systematic transmission automobiles. Why drive manually? Now, these are some of the advantages of a manual transmission. The first advantage is that there's enhanced driver control. It helps give direct connection to the vehicle's power and drivetrain. There's superior fuel economy. It saves more fuel than traditional automatics. There's lower cost. It is typically less expensive to purchase and to maintain. There's also an engaging experience. It provides a more connected and rewarding drive. Yeah. Then there's global standard. So this is most preferred around many regions in the world. Now, what is the core system? We'll be looking at the core system, the clutch, and the jazz. The clutch is the connection point. The function is that it engages and disengages engine power. As you can see, this is an image of the clutch and the jazz. Now, the function is that it engages and disengages engine power from the wheels. When it's engaged up, when it's engaged, it's pedaled up. Power flows from Power flows from engine to transmission. When it's disengaged, it is pedaled down. That means engine runs independently. The jazz can be changed. Now, the bite point, this is the critical partial engagement zone for smooth start. The jazz is the purpose of the jar, which is known as the multiplying power, is like I said, the jar is for speed and for driving conditions. Now, we have the low jar, the mid jar, the high jar. The low jar, it is the low jar is basically used for starting and for hills. The mid jar is balanced power for cities and main roads. Now the high jar, it's overdrive for efficient highway cruising. That's what the high jar is used for. It's usually 5 to 6. The mid jar is from 3 to 4, while the low jar is from 1 to 2. Now this is the basic. This is what a clutch looks like. You can see the various components of the clutch. You can see bell housing, you see bolts and all of that. So these are the various components of a clutch. These are an image of a clutch. Now, we have what they call the coordination triangle. Now, smooth driving requires perfect harmony between these three controls. You have the left foot, that means the clutch pedal, fully this fully depresses to change jar to modulate at the bite point for control. So the left foot is the clutch pedal, as you can see on the image C. Now we have the right foot, which consists of the brake and the accelerator. Now you have the left hand, which is used for the jar level that selects the jar for speed and conditions. Now never remove your hand from the jar level and your foot from the clutch pedal when not actively using them. Now, how do you move up and stop? Now moving up on the ground, on level ground. Number one is to mirrors and signals. Number two, clutch down, select the first jar. Three is to gas to 1500 rpm, hold steady. Four is to slowly raise clutch to bite point, feel car tensed. The five is to check blind spots, release handbrake. Six is to smoothly release clutch fully while adding gas. Now, how do you stop smoothly? Check your mirrors, release your accelerator, then brake gently. Clutch down at 10 to 15 km to prevent stall, then come to a complete stop. Then go neutral, handbrake on, then release your pedal. Now, how do you change your jar smoothly? As you can see, this is an image of a jar where you have one, two, three, four, then you have five, then you have arrow. That arrow means the soft raise pedal. It's used for reversing. Now, upshifts is when accelerating past 2500 to 3000 rpm, while the downshift is when the rpm draws below 1500 rpm or before needing power. Now, the upshift sequence from second to third. The first is to off the gas. The second is to clutch down simultaneously. The third is to select the next jar positively. The fourth step is to clutch up smoothly while reapplying gas. Then you also have block changing. It is acceptable to skip jars from third to fifth when you are cruising. Now, how do you master the heel start using the handbrake method? The challenge here is to prevent rollback while engaging power. The safest method is to stop with your foot brake and hand brake simultaneously. The second is to clutch down using first jar, set gas to 2500 rpm. Find and hold the bite point, the rpm will dip. Check if it is safe, then release the handbrake. Then add more gas to 2500 rpm, then smoothly release your clutch. The bite point must hold the car before you release the brake. Now, low speed and parking control. The technique is slipping the clutch. For precise maneuver around 10 km per hour, number one, select first or reverse. I already showed you what a reverse is. Then set a low steady throttle. Then third is to use the clutch pedal alone to control speed. Now slightly down, use slower or stop. Then slightly up, faster. Then four is to use sparingly to avoid clutch wears. Now, let's look at advanced technique using rev matching. The goal of rev matching is to eliminate jerk during downshift by matching engine speed to jar speed. The basic procedure is to clutch in, select a lower jar, quickly blip the throttle to raise RPM, then release the clutch smoothly. The result is that they give you a perfectly smooth downshift with no lurch. Another advanced method is that to combine braking and throttle blip with one foot for performance driving. Now, how do you use your engine brakes? What is an engine brake? An engine brake uses engine compressor to help slow the car. How do you do that? Is to simply release the accelerator while in jar, just like you can see in the image. The benefit is that it saves brake wear and prevents fades on long descent when you are descending. It improves vehicle stability, especially on roads that are slippery. The modern car use zero fuel during engine braking. See? Now it is important that you always downshift before a steep descent. It supplements but does not release your brake light. Now, what are some of the common problems, the likely cause, and the solution? Let's look at stalling. The likely cause is that you clutch up too fast or there's not enough gas. The solution is to add more gas, slower clutch release at bite point. Now, jerky start. The likely cause is abrupt clutch release, too much gas. Solution is smoother, more progressive clutch control. Rolling back. The likely cause is insufficient bite point hold. Now, solution is to find bite points firmly before releasing handbrake. Now, what about the jar grind? Clutch not fully depressed. Ensure clutch pedal is on the floor before selecting the jar. Now, what about burning smell? The likely cause is riding the clutch or over revving on start. Solution is less throttle, complete clutch engagement. Now, how do you change your jar? Step by step. When do you change? Now, You change when you are doing upshifting, changing to higher jazz. This is when engine reaches 2 to 3,000 RPM during acceleration. On where cruising establish lower engines that is desired for economy or noise. Now, when do you do downshifting? It's changing to lower jazz. Now, when do you do downshifting? Is when engine drops below approximately 1,500 RPM, when significant acceleration, or when approaching sharp corners, hills, or there's need for aging brake. Now, in conclusion, you have learned in this module patience and practice that mastery is a journey everyone starts at first. You have learned progressive learning, you have learned that smoothness is key, you have learned the reward. Then, let's go with this. The expert driver was once a beginner who never gave up. Practice safely, seek professional instruction. I will see you in module 4.